Today we'll be taking a look at Alexa Bliss's romantic storyline, all of the new drama surrounding Top Dollar and Hit Row's release, as well as a potential big collaboration between Epic Games and WWE. Let's start things off with this brief update in regards to a potential collaboration between WWE and Epic Games. Epic Games are the creators of Fortnite. Fortnite has been around for a handful of years now, but what they've been doing a lot of recently are collaborations. Epic Games have collaborated and crossed over with Marvel, DC Comics, LeBron James, Zendaya, designer clothing brands, Stranger Things, Marshmello, Travis Scott, Ariana Grande, Jordan Brand, John Wick, and the list literally goes on for days. Epic Games has collaborated with just about everyone that's out there, except WWE. The idea of an Epic Games and WWE collaboration for some WWE superstar skins in Fortnite is not a new idea at all. Fans have been talking about this for a while now. The reason why it's back in the headlines is because Epic Games has been mentioning WWE in the list of collaborations in some recent surveys that have been going out from them, proving that WWE is on their radar list for potential collaborations. They're just polling the fans to see the results and see if there's something that they truly really should go after. And of course, when it comes to a collaboration like this, both sides are going to negotiate, and it'll only happen if both sides are happy with whatever deal is on the table. But having superstars like John Cena, Roman Reigns, or Sasha Banks available for purchase in Fortnite would be a great collaboration for both sides. Epic Games will get the attention of WWE's fan base, and WWE may get a bit more attention as well if there's a bunch of Roman Reigns and John Cena skins walking around in all these different matches of Fortnite. So it's something to keep your eyes out for. There could be a collaboration coming down the line since Epic Games seems to have their eyes on WWE as a potential collaboration partner. So let's get into all the news surrounding Top Dollar's release, because these reports may have some context to Hit Row's recent unexpected release. After BFAB was stunningly released, it was also reported that WWE thought Hit Row would be fine with the remaining 3 members. It was even decided that Vince McMahon saw Top Dollar as a breakout star because of his size. But like we know, Hit Row as a trio only lasted 2 weeks before being released. Reports came out Friday afternoon that Top Dollar was released because he was allegedly rubbing people the wrong way backstage in WWE. Top Dollar quoted the tweet, denied the reports, and elaborated on the story of what actually happened, according to him. He had this to say, quote, "Here's what rubs people the wrong way. Standing up for your own. When Brie was released, and I called the office myself to tell them they made a mistake, standing up for yourself. People in the PC told me Hit Row wouldn't work for a year and a half, and I never took their advice. Trust me, I got plenty stories I can tell about how I was disrespected, but just took it on the chin like a professional. I'm not gonna let these BS reports ruin my reputation. I got tea I can spill too." End quote. So that seems to be the overall story here. According to Top Dollar, he stepped to WWE following BFAB's release to let them know how much of a mistake they had made and confronted them about their decision. Then, before that BFAB situation even happened, and like he said, it looks like he didn't want to take anyone's advice in the Performance Center and was sticking to his vision. There isn't anything wrong with that per se, but those are things WWE aren't big fans of. They don't seem to like being approached and confronted by talent in regards to any decisions they make, especially by a new superstar. So when Top Dollar apparently called the office to question their decision making on BFAB's release, it looks like that moment right there could have marked the beginning of the end for him in WWE. Look at Bray Wyatt's situation. Bray was a multiple-time world champion, top merchandise seller, but he allegedly started to push back against some of WWE's decision-making, and that rubbed people the wrong way, according to reports. So that's another trend we're starting to see with all these releases here as well. If you step up and question something, chances are that you're going to be marked with a label of bad attitude and be placed on the cutting block immediately. So maybe that played a factor in his shocking release. Maybe it didn't. It's hard to tell, but that seems to be the story. Then, it appears that once they made the decision to get rid of Top Dollar, they wouldn't have any use for the remaining 2 members, so they just cut them as well to be over and done with the entire group. Fans have been asking, well, who's really safe from being released? And the easiest answer to that question right now is whoever's holding a title. If you're holding a title, you should be safe. But everyone else, you could be released on a moment's notice. That's what this year has really told us. So, we'll see what continues to happen there and if more updates will continue to be released. EC3 recently spoke with Sportskeeda and addressed the rumored romantic storyline with Alexa Bliss that we saw back in 2019. EC3 had this to say about that story, quote, "I didn't know we had a romantic angle. Is that something you read on the internet? Because the internet is full of lies. How was it like working with Alexa Bliss? She is super awesome, and she is super talented. She is also a fellow Ohioan, and she taught me about Tumi luggage and their lifetime guarantee. She's awesome, she's great, but I don't recall there being a romantic angle. I recall that in our initial thing, she was flirting with me in character, and then we never saw each other again. But it would have been great because I slay at romance." End quote. So yes, what EC3 was being questioned about was his interactions with Alexa Bliss on Raw from 2019. There was a brief period of time there where Alexa Bliss would bring a guest onto her talk show and flirt with them in character. She did it to EC3, she did it to Finn Balor, and a few others. But like EC3 alluded to, it was all one-offs and no real storyline or follow-up. But fast forward a little over a year later, and that's when Alexa's relationship with The Fiend started. She didn't have much of a romantic storyline going on with Bray himself, but she definitely seemed intrigued by The Fiend. And The Fiend showed those same feelings right back. It was the first time that The Fiend showed any emotions towards anyone at all. So that's really Alexa Bliss, the character's love interest history so far. It's funny that she briefly flirted with Finn Balor in 2019 because that's now the popular fan theory that's being discussed. Fans would like to see how the dark Alexa Bliss would interact with the demon Finn Balor. So, if WWE decides to take that love interest route for Alexa Bliss, that'll be a possibility. But what are your thoughts on today's stories with the potential Epic Games collaboration, the reports surrounding Top Dolla's WWE release, and what EC3 had to say about working with Alexa Bliss? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.